Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. What up, Internet? What's up, Internet? It's Sunday. Sunday on the Internet. I am attempting to hydrate or rehydrate because I think I have heat stroke. I think I died. I forgot to click the thing over here. Sorry, guys. Let me click the thing with the thing and make sure that the thing is clicked. Hey, there's the thing. It's clicked for show. Happy Sunday out there, everybody. It's the end of the week. Did you get everything done? Did you get everything done? We'll never know. We'll never know if everything got done or not. Hang on a second. Let's see. Let's check our audio here real quick. Let's check our audio. Does our audio work? No. No, the audio doesn't work. There we go. Now we're gonna listen. Oh yeah, our audio does work. There we go. Cool. No echo today, which is fantastic, because I changed a whole bunch of things on the computer, so that's a good thing to know. That the I'm gonna be the first one to the chat. There we go. I'm the first one to the chat. I win today. All right, so hopefully everybody got everything done today. It is 100 million degrees here in Tacoma today. The heat index thing is kind of off the charts, but it's supposed to be 95 out there, but I'm pretty sure it's 100 because I bet you that their measuring device is probably broken. But it's wicked hot out, so it's a good time to come inside now and do the live stream, especially since the video is done now. And I did the intro for Cichlid Bro. Wherever Cichlid Bro is, Mr. Cichlid Bro, I did the intro for you. I did an old school style intro with the internet and some crazy techno beats. And you have a really good point. He sent me a message saying, well, hey man, where'd the crazy intros go? He looks forward to them. I'll probably get back to making those. And making my funky weird beats. Making my weird beats and the internet's thing. So we sorted that out today I'm going to be honest here when I say I got really frustrated over the whole situation, but I managed to work it out. I worked it out by pitching a hissy fit and calming back down and then, going about it in a reasonable way. So got that sorted out, and we got a bit of an intro there. So wherever Cichlid Bro is, that intro was for you, my man, and I'll try to make some better ones in the future. As I said, it was about 100 million degrees out there today, and I kind of felt like we were going to die out in the hot heat. And but we did get a bunch of stuff done, as the title says here. We put in some garden beds and built a CO2 reactor we're building a fresh reactor, a new CO2 reactor for the aquariums here. Thanks to Eddie Kaitia, who sent some parts my way, and we'll get to those. We'll do I already did the unboxing. I had to unbox it here beforehand. And Big Pedro showed up. What's up? What's up, Pedro? What you doing? He sent a box over with some clear PVC, and we will be going over that along with the parts list live style, so you guys can see the parts and see what you need to grab and see what you need to put together to make your own CO2 reactor. A lot of people have asked me to make them, and maybe there's still confusion over how to make them. So I figure Sunday is a good time to share. Here's the parts and where you can get them and that kind of stuff, and then how to put them together so you can make a thing. You can make a tingy that works for you, and get your CO2 into your water, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry, this is a live stream, so my phone is blowing up. Hold on. Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Apparently, the S-Health thing decides to tell me at 5:37 that I have a weekly report for how many steps I made today. It seems like a really weird time to let me know how many steps I made this week. But I guess I made enough steps because it was traveled more distance than last week, right? So that's good. Those of you out there that have yourself a delicious iced coffee like I do, I know that you appreciate it because it's a billion degrees outside. I bet you somebody else has a live stream going on right now because no one showed up. I bet you Corey probably has a live stream right now. But anyhow, we're going to move ever forward because that's how I do here. The whatchamacallit, it being so hot out today, we got some stuff done. We didn't get everything done because realistically you can't just work and pound straight through the craziness of the heat. But we did get quite a bit done that we were looking to get. We got 3 raised beds in. We moved the chicken coop. We did a bunch of stuff. A friend of ours came down to help out. Extra pair of hands, actually. She has 2 hands, which is helpful when people have 2 hands instead of 1. Oh, Big Pedro says it's 104 in Northern Cali. It's super hot. Yeah, it's like... They were saying it's 95 here, but I just went outside and it did not feel 95. It felt 100,000. So I don't know. And I looked up the thing, and the thing said that it was 95. But 95, 100, it's pretty much just intolerable, if I'm honest. I can't take it anymore. I was a chef for too long, and it just pisses me off. Probably puts me in a bad mood, and I'm sure that was pretty obvious to Victoria today that I was in a glorious mood. Oh, hold on, one of the parts here is really hard to reach. One of these parts is too far away. I got these set out here, and of course I'm going to be fiddling with them ahead of time, which I shouldn't be fiddling with them ahead of time. But, I probably will either way. So, it being a super hot Sunday, we probably got a lot done. We didn't get everything done, but we'll maybe... Vicky says that we're going to go out to dinner, so because she doesn't want to make dinner. It's too hot in here. It's too hot. It's too hot to do that and make dinner inside, which I have to agree with her. It is just too hot for that nonsense. Aquarium cop has showed up. It's the police. Look out, man. It's the police. It showed up. But I'm pretty happy with what we got done so far this weekend. We got quite a bit of stuff done, and we shall continue forward on the stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention what happened last night. So last night was we went to a canine charity auction. So as a charity auction dinner, which you pay kind of a decent admission fee to come in, and it was at the Snoqualmie Casino up in Snoqualmie, Washington. We went up there. Went to that. It was actually a pretty good, pretty fun little event. I won the heads or tails competition. Well, I didn't win. I got second place, but the guy that I went up there with, we just said, let's just chop the pot. So we split the pot. We won $100. the casino's money, and then later on, Vicky and I gambled it on the roulette table, which is always a hoot nanny to be on the roulette table. But we were pretty wiped out with how hot it is and how long the days have been recently, so we just played for a little while, and then we came home, and it was super late, so we ended up going to bed. But it was a really nice affair. Vicky also ended up winning a... we're going to be able to take a flying tour around Seattle and then land on the water and stay at a hotel and eat at Ivers. So that will be a fun weekend thing that is coming up, and I think we'll probably bring both of our cameras for that so we can get some shots flying around in a little airplane. Get that little airplane, you know what I'm saying? And fly around the city in a little airplane. Hey, the Guppy Crib has showed up. New sub, first stream. Howdy from Ohio. Oh, right on. Right on, Guppy Crib. How you doing? Welcome, one of the few new subscribers. It has been a bit of an exodus here as far as subscribers go. A lot of people don't like this long format that I'm doing now, and I understand. It's all good. If you don't like the long format, I get it. I'm not going to force you to like it, if you know what I'm saying. But it seems to me that a lot of you do, so, and mainly, I like doing this long format. It gives me an opportunity to kind of jibber-jabber at you guys and give you a real detailed explanation of the certain things that I do, certain things that I don't do, stuff that I've screwed up on, and although I think I got in trouble with one of the subscribers' parents because I was talking about dildos the other day, I guess. I wasn't speaking of like using them or anything like that. I was just saying that you could go to our Amazon banner and go to Amazon and you can buy whatever you want. That is one of the main ways to contribute to this channel. Let's say you don't want to super chat or directly contribute, but you do buy stuff on Amazon. You can go to my website, which is darkstararts.com. You can check out some of my paintings and some writing and some blah 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 things of that nature on there, and then you just go buy whatever you want from Amazon, and it just basically gives us a little bit of kickback for sending you guys to the Amazon and buying stuff. And like I said, you can buy whatever you want on there as long as you travel through our banner, and you can't have traveled through another banner after the fact. So if you did it a while ago, you have to go back and do it again. Because anytime you click on a different ad from somewhere else, that will be tracking you on the Amazon, blah, 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 whatever. If you all have any questions, ask me, but contributing to our us that way is by you not spending any money that you weren't going to spend anyhow. So, and then the other way is just to go down to the bottom of the chat, click the super chat thing, and donate 100 million, billion, gazillion dollars, and world domination will come soon. And I'll send a laser up into space to let everyone know that we own them bitches. You know what I'm saying? We own them. Hey, FU2, what's up, man? Thanks for coming out tonight on a glorious Sunday. I'm having myself an iced coffee because it's so damn hot. And I still got to stay up for 4 more hours. Vicky would get mad if I take a siesta and just lay down on the floor and fall asleep in front of the air conditioner, you know what I'm saying? So, we do have an air conditioner here, but we haven't finished the insulation in this old house yet. So it's kind of crackerjacky when it's this hot out, even though we got 2 running, still like, a little warm in here. Though it's not too bad. And if you ever think, if I think it's too hot in here, I just go outside for 5 minutes and come back in, and boom, it's cool again. Because it's 100 million outside. But here we are at the 15-minute mark, so let's go over to check out some of what was going on today. And that is not working properly. Yay! Why is it not working properly? It's supposed to play this video clip. There. Let's play this video clip. So, those of you that have been following for a while, I think that thing's probably going to freak out and play that old video again. We'll see what happens. But those of you that have been following for a while know that this is our new place here. We bought like 3 months ago, and we've been doing some improvements to it. This is actually some of the backyard area. You can see how hot it is out there, illustrated by the sunbeams flying down from the sky and blasting us all in the face. And yeah, for whatever reason, that video clip wants to just keep playing that old one. So let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can get it to go back to the beginning again. No, it's not going to do that. All right, you jerk. Why is it doing this? All right. Well, whatever. You guys only get to watch that one a little bit. All right. Anyhow, this is our new house, and we've been doing some improvements to the backyard here. Some of the improvements that we've been doing, we haven't really shot a lot of video on because realistically, some of this is just cleaning up stuff, moving plants around, and I'm not really sure anybody's super interested in moving plants around. But this is us getting the layout and figuring out and getting some of the wood in for the raised beds that are going to occupy this side of the yard over here, which is part of the chicken coop, which we moved today, is in a new location over there on that same side of the yard. So this area is going to be mostly terrestrial plants and whatnot, and the chicken coop and the chicken coopin'. The chicken coopin' poopin'. Chickens poopin' in the coopin'. Chickens coop in the poop. Poop in the coop. Yes, there we go. Sometimes eggs, sometimes turds. But this whole side of the yard is going to be all terrestrial stuff, so this will all be above ground, general kind of garden stuff that you've seen before. But also I just want to document what's going on. But here we're using 12-foot 2x12s to make the beds out of. They don't need to be 100% that nice of wood. We're going to paint them, so we ended up skipping on the pressure treat because we're going to end up painting them a kind of a specific color that we want to paint them, not pressure treat color. And realistically, if we wanted them to be wood colored, I would just stain them anyhow. I don't know. I think Vicky likes the color of pressure treat. Hey, surprise us! Do you like the color of pressure treat or stained wood? Stained wood. Yeah, she likes the color of stained wood. Oh, hey, Kyle. What's up? I'm going to say hi to you. Why not? But yeah, she doesn't... I guess she doesn't hate the color of pressure-treated wood. I dislike it. It just kind of bothers me because I know that it's pressure-treated wood. And I would rather stain it or paint it myself because... probably because I'm a dipshit, really, I probably have no good explanation why. Probably just because I like it better. It's just a preference thing. Do you like cheddar cheese or Monterey Jack? You know what I mean? It's just a preference thing. So, we're just using plain wood for this, and then we'll end up either staining it or painting it. But I think we're going to end up painting this the color that we want it to be. So, we're just cutting it out of regular wood. But if you were going to do this yourself, you would want to use pressure treat or something along that line, something that's rated for ground contact, if you weren't going to paint it yourself. So don't go buy this unless you are going to paint it or stain it, which we will be. So this is what's going on. So we cut these 12-footers down to make our beds here. We're doing these ones 6 feet by 3 feet. In this area, and then we'll also be doing a long one for the herbs, and then we're going to be packing in more and more and more beds, raised beds, into this area over here. We probably would have done more today, but realistically, when you get down to it, when you're buying lumber this size, it starts to add up. So this is about $75 worth of lumber, and of course, I already had the screws and all the tooling and everything already on hand. And I already have all the paint and all that kind of stuff that we would use to finish the wood and stuff. So, but you throw $75 out there, and then you throw $75 out there, and then you throw $75 out there, and it adds up pretty quickly. So it was kind of a good call that we only decided to just start out with 3 today because it's so hot. And we probably. Might have just ended up leaving some wood outside, which is terrible. I hate leaving a pile of wood outside. It's just sacrilegious, and it ends up getting ruined. But I think this one's played a bunch. Let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, time lapse. Time lapse. Oh, I think I'm missing a... I think I got the wrong video. Oh no, it just started playing from the middle. How cool is that? Yeah, well, slightly technical difficulties today, but not a big deal. So just giving these a quick assemble. They don't need a ton of work. They don't need a ton of bracing. I normally see people, put stakes in the ground and all that kind of crazy stuff with these. You basically just need to build a rough box, and then, you could either put weed netting in it or whatnot, but we're probably just going to be... hey, babe. Yeah? Are we going to put the weed blocker in the bottom? Yes, okay, so Vicky says she wants to put the weed block in. So we'll put the weed block, probably a little bit of gravel, and do a little bit of irrigation piping in here, which is what you guys are probably more interested in, is to do the a little bit of the plumbing on this to have them be kind of automatically irrigated, some drip line that will be underground. I'm sure you guys would be pretty enthusiastic about that part. You'd probably be more interested in that portion. Building these, is, like I said, is pretty basic. You're just popping 3 screws and keeping everything square. All the gravity will hold it in place. And it's not a load-bearing situation. It's not going to be carrying a lot of weight from up above or anything like that. It's just going to be sitting there and holding your holding your gravel and your topsoil and everything in place. People have asked me over the years, what is the benefit of these raised beds? And I'll tell you, if you're going to have a big garden area, it is really nice to have these raised beds for probably 3 or 4 reasons, and I'll kind of run through those right now. One of them would be it's really easy to maintain your topsoil percentage or your compost percentage or your loam. Basically the types of soil that you're going to have in here. It makes it really easy to maintain that in a kind of controlled area. And also, if you're going to be, adding compost every year to, replenish your soil, exactly where you're putting it for and what for. Some plants tend to be pretty heavy feeders, and you need to compost there a little bit more often. That'll definitely give you the opportunity for that. It makes it a lot easier to weed and maintain, and also walk around and navigate the area and know where things are and where things are supposed to be. So you can see this long box that I'm making right here has dividers in it. Now those dividers are in there for specific herbs. So it'll probably be rosemary, thyme, basil, cilantro, or something along those lines. Now each box will have those in there, and some of them need a little bit more, a little bit less than others, and that'll help keep everything segregated and pretty easy to pay attention to. Now, another thing that is going to be helpful for us is that when we have these raised beds like this, we can actually pop a screen up around them and then let the chickens out into the walkways, right, in between all the raised beds, and then they'll weed all the walkways going around the whole entire garden. So any of the areas where people would want to be walking or whatever, they'll go through there and weed all that area for us. If we put up those screens, then they won't be able to get over into our plants and stuff like that. And saves us a lot of time. Plus, they like to eat the weeds too, so that'll be quite helpful, especially as this continues to go along. And as we were talking today, we're probably going to be adding some ducks at some point, which means we're going to probably put a, the pond area that the ducks need is actually really basic, and I don't know if it'll be all that entertaining for you guys to watch. So maybe we'll just make a real shorty style video of that one. But I know that you guys are going to like to see a lot of this plumbing, because I'm plumbing the system in on this side on the drip lines to use old aquarium water as everything that's going to be going through into the drip lines in this garden. So all of my water change water that comes out of my freshwater tanks will be going into a holding tank outside, and then that's what will water this whole entire garden with. So I bet, I bet you guys are probably a little bit excited to see how that system goes together. And it is nearing time for me to make that whole plumbing system in play. And I'm going to be putting that stuff in before we really put in a ton of dirt into these raised beds. We're going to add, of course, we can add a lot of it and it not really be that big of a deal. So we're not going to be too aggressive with filling them up with too much dirt before the irrigation goes in, but we can definitely get them like 2/3 full. Oh, the Guppy Crib's asking, do we add perlite to our soil mix? If I remember right. Hey, babe. Perlite is that black stuff, right?
Perlite is the white stuff.
Oh, the white stuff. But it's like volcanic stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like
porous pumicey volcano stuff, right?
I don't know if it's volcano stuff, but yeah, it's porous.
It's volcanic, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking it was black. But, yeah, oftentimes we do add some perlite into that kind of stuff. We definitely do add perlite quite a bit into our pots. We don't necessarily add it too much in the raised beds all that much. Aquarium Cop was saying the dog in the time lapse is hilarious, and so I switched over to this one here because I think the dog ran around a lot more. Or maybe not. Maybe the dog just didn't run around at all on this one. Maybe it was the first one or something. But getting those... Oh, Corey is live streaming. That must be it. We're a pretty slow live stream here today, which I guess Corey must be live streaming. That's what's going on. Oh, and Dwayne's a mod, and there are lots of trolls. That's a sad day, Dwayne. But either way, yeah, we definitely add perlite to our pots, not so much our raised beds, but we definitely add them to the to our potted stuff, and not so much to our raised beds. Just mainly just a cost-wise thing. I don't know why I was thinking it was black, but yeah, it's white. But we do definitely add it to our pots. It probably just wouldn't be very cost-effective to be adding it to the raised beds. But I'm for it for sure. It's definitely helpful stuff. You can do perlite, or if you could find bulk pumice, that will actually help really well also with any kind of potting and stuff. There's some kind of creeper in the background. What's up, creeper?
I was wondering what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the raised beds going in. It's all out betas, meow. What's that? What are you laughing at?
I'm just watching.
Oh, okay. So, as I was saying earlier, this is really just the getting this stuff in, getting it going, and most of this is going to be the terrestrial type stuff and getting all the above ground garden done so that we can move on to the greenhouse and the aquaponics and all that stuff, which will be coming probably after we get this all locked in and get it done. As yesterday's video, people were a little bit intrigued as to the reef and all that reef equipment that I got. I wasn't planning on doing any work on the reef today. And I was going to unbox so Eddie Kaitia, who has not showed up, which is kind of surprising, because I got a box here from Eddie. And just to tell you guys, I was going to do an unboxing live, and I'm glad that I didn't. And I'll tell you why, because Eddie sent this box right here. And he had this thing sewn up like like Fort Knox. You know what I'm saying? He had this thing tied up like criminals were going to try and break into it while it was in transit. And so I'm glad that I opened it ahead of time, because I don't think I would have been able to get this stuff out the whole entire time the video was going on. But we'll go over what he sent here. And Ryan S., what's up? What's going on? So the first thing that was in there is a Jibao wave maker. Jibao. I don't know how to really say it. So this is a wave maker that's a pretty standard issue. If you look at it, you know, it's not... there's nothing super crazy about it or anything like that, right? They do work very well. I've never owned one of these myself, but a store I used to work at, we used to use these all the time, because the Ecotech ones and stuff would break, and the owner was like, screw buying a new one that costs $600. So we would end up ordering a bunch of these, and if they ever did break, then I think these are about $40 or something like that. And so they are a DC pump, so they do have an adapter on them to switch the AC coming out of your socket to DC. But then they also have a pretty basic controller. The Jibao pumps that I use have a very similar controller. They have a stop for a feed button. They have a night mode. They have a... Oh, this one might actually have Wi-Fi on it. I hope... No, it just says Wii Lock. I don't know what that means. Wii LE Lock. Okay, I don't know what that button does, but I'm guessing it probably locks it from anybody messing with it or something, I would guess. I don't know. I imagine that if you just push that button, then it's unlocked. But either way, I use the pumps quite a bit, and so as I said, I used these before. Oh, hold on, Brewer 2. Surprises! So we got to make sure that there's some surprises sometimes every once in a while. But as I said, he added this in because he didn't need it, which is it's much appreciated. I will definitely be putting this to big use. DC pumps are very useful for me, and they're going to be hugely useful in the pond outside, because as you guys know, I won't have to convert the solar power from DC to DC. I could just leave it DC and run the pumps and stuff off of DC, which is what I'm planning on doing out there. The return pumps and what the hell? Circulation pumps. I'm over here going, the flow pump with the flow. But the circulation pumps will also be on DC because they'll be solar powered. It should be a ton of fun, and you guys will get a good opportunity to hear a lot from Vicky, because she's a wizard of wizardry. And, ow, I just bashed my leg on that thing. Sorry about that, guys. And so that was one of the things that he sent. But the main thing that he sent is this giant piece of PVC that is clear. As you can see, it's not on the camera. It's not perfectly clear, but it's doing a damn fine job of it. And this, he didn't send this. This I just have. But this is just to illustrate that it is a 2-inch piece of PVC that actually slip fits, that's clear. For instance, like if you go to an acrylic shop, they'll have a bunch of diameters of acrylic that don't fit PVC fittings. And now the reason for that, well, as they would tell you, because they're probably making stuff up, just like the guy at Home Depot today was making stuff up. That they'll tell you, because gluing acrylic to PVC, because they're two things, they make them a different size, blah, blah, blah. And they just make them a different size just to irritate me, I think. I think that's the whole reason that they did it in the first place, second place, and third place. But the main thing that he was sending me was this big piece of clear PVC. Now, this is only half of the length, because the initial length was 42 inches. So this is actually half of it, because honestly, I need 21 inches to make a CO2 reactor. And he sent me 42 inches, which works out perfectly because I'll be able to make 2 CO2 reactors, each one to run in the big freshwater tanks, and then you guys can be able to see the flow going through and what's happening with the CO2, because I think there are still a lot of people out there that are that seem confused by how it works, or why it works, or why a CO2 reactor works, or how it works, or what's going on, what's happening. So now we'll be able to see inside and go, look at the video hole, guys and girls and chachis. They'll be sending me emails about how does it work and why does it work. But either way, it's helpful. Now, so some of the pieces that he sent me, I don't know why he included these. I'll use them, but I won't be using them for this because my hose is a different size. But this right here, okay, so a screw, 3/4 inch, and this one is a 1/2 inch, because the tubing I have is 5/8, so this is going to be the wrong nipple. But it is the correct 3/8 FPT threading that will go right into the end cap here. Now, I think this is where people start to get really confused because the pieces start adding up. So in my tube, I need one of these, which I had just got a 5-pack because they really weren't that expensive. These are polyethylene slip fittings. Easy twist, double helix design, trouble-free installation. Oh, well, it says it's got trouble-free installation on the front. I can't imagine. Yay! It's trouble-free. Okay, it'll kind of be a pain, but I'll explain how to do those in a little bit. Now, the other brass fitting right here, this one always escapes people, and installing this freaks people out. I don't know if you'll pick it up, but it's 3/16 to 1/4 MIP. Now, so let me take it out of the packaging here so I can go ahead and show you guys what this little bobber is. So it's actually just a little brass piece right here that has these little barbs on it, which is where the hose goes right onto there, which is the CO2 hose from the CO2 tank, right? And then now this threaded end is where people get really hung up. But what I'll do is I drill a hole in the side of one of these slip fitting coupling guys, and then I'll thread this in there with a little bit of plumber's putty or plumber's glue. I'll thread that right in there. I'll drill a hole in it, thread that right in there with the goobity doop boop boop. Now, if you don't have any goop or anything like that, you can heat this thing up once you have the hole drilled and screw it in there really hot. Obviously, you have to wear some gloves or some safety, take some safety precautions, then screw that into it, and the superheated brass will actually melt some threading into that plastic, and then you can just let it cool, and that will work fairly well. Then you can take it back out, and as Dwayne was saying, wrapping in tape, some plumber's tape. And why did the chat drop out? It's like the chat's working fine, and then I have to go click on some stupid buttons to make it go back, which probably means we're in for bad news because we're right around the 40-minute mark. Oh, dun, dun, dun. But as I was explaining, this will go in there, then your CO2 can go in there, and that can go right into the inline. As I said, I have 5/8 clear tubing, which actually comes off the pump. The water pump comes up through here. Then the brass piece with this job, right there to another piece of tubing above it. Then that's going to run up to this right here. Now, as you can see, I can't just slide this on. I think I had it screwed on here before. So these new barb fittings here, you can actually twist them on. Somebody realized a little while ago how hard it was to put these on, but if you can twist it, you can actually get it on there and have it be a really tight fit, which is super nice because you can see this one was actually installed a long time ago. You can actually just see 1, 2, 3 lines right there. Actually, used to have to melt these in boiling water and then slide them onto this this nipple right here just to get it on there, right? And this guy will be, hold on, I should probably take this out of the package because I'm just holding up the package like a douche and probably overly confusing people. The world is out to get me. That is for sure, Dwayne. It's just we, you know, us Geralds out here be living the hard life. Hard life. People calling me up, trying to make it rough. I actually have some old gray ones of these that are actually a little easier to drill out, but you're basically going to drill it out right there, if that makes sense, on the side without the little nobules. This side right here, and thread it right in there, and then this will go gadoosh right into there. I'm not going to screw it all together. Okay, so the next part that we're looking for was this blue one here. And it's nice to have these blue ones instead of the clear ones because the camera picks them up pretty well. This actually threads right on, right? So that makes a 90 degree. So on the top and the bottom, I like to have a 90 degree so that this coming up from the pump has a nice angle to it, and then the one sitting down on the bottom will turn, you know, like this and return out into the water like that, right? So that piece screws in there with just a little bit of plumber's tape. That one's easy to do. This one right here, I'm gonna have to PVC glue this one together, and this is actually this is a 2-inch by 3/4 inch adapt threaded and interior slip 2-inch to a 2-inch slip hub, and then that will go right onto the PVC, the clear PVC, and then we'll end up gluing that together, and then we'll do the same thing on the bottom with another 90 coming out to return into the tank, right? Now, the last little piece that I don't actually have right here is some agitation pieces, and I actually just use the blue old school biomedia balls that don't do anything for biomedia. But what they do is actually agitate the water inside for a CO2 reactor to react better with the water. You just kind of want more agitation in there, like it was a washing machine or something like that. And that's what you're looking for there, with a little more of that agitation. So that is the one part that I was missing from my little walkthrough here of how to put that together. Now, if anybody really has any questions, we can get to those in just a second. If you guys throw them into the chat, feel free to super chat if you all like. Talk amongst yourselves. But let's see. My wife thinks your hair is tremendous. I'm thinking because it's summer here, I'm going to get the same style. I love that kind. Yeah, just do it, man. Cut your hair whenever you can, wherever you can. I know a lot of guys that go bald, so get a good opportunity to just do a bunch of crazy shit with your hair. Name a color, I've had that hair. Name a hairstyle, I've probably had it. That's just kind of how I'm a subscriber to crazy hair. But this is actually, I'm actually really excited about building this and getting this put together. Because honestly, Eddie spent the money to get this clear PVC. I'm too much of a cheapskate to do it, so I've always made mine out of white PVC because it's the cheapest PVC on the market. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, and you guys will be able to get a real good look this week coming up of this one in operation, which is shambled, and then maybe maybe I will make a fancy video. Jesus. Okay, I'm just going to set that on the ground because it's going to be falling over. So, maybe I'll make a fancy video of assembling that later this week with like some smooth jams. Do smooth jams. Making CO2 reactors. What's up, babe? What are you eating? Oh, she is. I can't eat while I'm broadcasting.
Smoked chicken.
I'm going to eat it later, though, at the end. The snacks, cheese snacks. Dwayne was asking. Someone was asking about buying that shrimp painting. Okay, if they want to ask you about buying that shrimp painting, they are probably. Oh, would I sell that painting of that shrimp? And if so, how much? I probably wouldn't sell this specific one. Probably because, as I said earlier in the week, this was a test one that is kind of janky. So. Realistically, I'd probably send you I would sell you a better version of that one that's actually on canvas. This one is actually on just a chunk of wood. It was a test one that I had, and somebody was asking earlier in the week if I've ever painted crystal shrimp, so I grabbed that one and stuck it back there after we talked about it. But yeah, if coming down to it, I do commissions for paintings all the time. If you want to get a hold of me, go to darkstararts.com. You can email me in there. There's an email link and contact information on darkstararts.com, and then you can get a hold of me in regards for what the commission is, how much it's going to be, all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy to answer those questions via email in regards to what you want and how long it takes. I can't just say over a live stream exactly how much something's going to cost, because I have to figure out exactly what people want, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But my prices are pretty damn reasonable, I'll tell you that much. I've been, reasonable for years. And let me... Hold on a second. Where's the... Oh, well. Hello. Eddie has arrived. Hey, man, what's going on? What's going on, Eddie? We opened up your box and stuff, and apparently everybody was over on Corey's live stream, I guess. I should probably check to see if anyone else is streaming before I stream. But if I did that, I would never actually just start up. I would never start up and get the stream going. You know what I'm saying? So, welcome the people that have showed up from over there. That's what Dwayne said was going on. I guess you guys had a bunch of trolls going on, which is unfortunate. It's an unfortunate thing. I'm not eating the snacks off screen. I was trying to hold out till the end of the live stream, but Vicky just dropped that smoked cheddar off right here that my aunt made on a cracker, and I had to eat it. Eddie's asking if anything was broken in the box. Nothing was broken in the box, but I had to open it up before. I couldn't do it during the live stream because you packed it so well. It was so packed like Fort Knox, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to open it while live streaming at the same time. But then again, I'm eating crackers and cheese on the live stream, so never mind professionalism, right? But it would have been really boring if I was trying to open this box like a maniac for 20 minutes. But yeah, everything came out super fine. Everything was packed up. It's one of the best packing jobs I've ever seen. I'd imagine that you'd have a crazy career in packing things into boxes if you were doing them that well. I noticed that you made that box. That is a custom box made out of a Ryobi chop saw box. Dwayne is asking if I have a chainsaw. What do I look like, a child? Do I look like some kind of child who has no chainsaw? Of course I have a chainsaw. It's a cutie. It's a cutie patootie. It is not the biggest chainsaw in the world, nor the most expensive. I think it's a 24-inch. But it's a gas-powered 24-inch chainsaw. I learned a long time ago to not waste a ton of money on chainsaws because they easily walk off when meth heads are around. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do have a chainsaw, but I didn't want to chainsaw the box open. We ruined this hyper-expensive clear PVC that was a bit of money to get over here. And I will admit, I know that Eddie missed it earlier, and I know I am repeating myself, but he did send me 42 inches of this clear PVC, which is the perfect amount for me to make 2 of these clear reactors. We also talked about the parts and the part list and all that kind of stuff, where to get it. Oh, where to get it. All of these parts were purchased, other than the PVC, which you could buy just regular white PVC. That's much cheaper than this. But you could buy all these parts at Home Depot straight off the shelf. No questions asked. They should be stocked. So all the parts that I used here, you could easily get right off the shelf. And I think it was about $20 worth of parts. Nothing really too crazy or anything like that. And then make it yourself and feel the enjoyment. Yeah, I didn't say. Did I say it was acrylic? No, I said it was PVC. PVC. PVC is Schedule 40. Wait, did I say acrylic? Shit, this is not acrylic. This shit right here is PVC. Way more expensive than acrylic pipe. The main reason for that is that it's really hard to make it clear and have no bubbles in it. If you ever cut into Schedule 40 or ABS or any of that stuff, it has bubbles inside of it on purpose. But it makes it super easy to cut and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh, so Eddie was just saying. I thought I may have said that it was acrylic on accident, but that actually is clear PVC pipe, which is really cool because I can actually just glue PVC parts to it, assemble it, and then as I was saying, who's Jamie D? Hey, dude, what's up? I was saying that he sent just the right amount to make 2. And as he was saying, all the normal fittings fit it. Just any of the 2-inch fittings fit right on there. And unfortunately, you sent me these little nozzles, the adapters, schwazzers, the schwoozle-swazzers onto here. But I use bigger pipe than this. I use 5/8. So I got some of the blue ones, but I will be using these for a different project. Unless you want me to ship them back to you, then I will. Not a big deal. As Jamie D was saying, used to make that stuff. The clear is a pain in the ass, and you are correct. It is a huge pain in the fart butt to make yourself a clear piece of PVC. That is why it's so expensive. Mr. C-Sup, what's up? What's up? How you doing? We're doing good. We went through the informative part, and now we're just kind of at the screwball part of the live stream here as we close out a glorious Sunday and a glorious week. It was actually really a nice week, honestly. It was a bit of a frustrating week, but the frustrations always lead to, or more often than not, lead to rage and overcoming the problems. So we did that. We did a fair bit of that. I didn't shoot any footage of the 240 today because I'm going to shoot footage of the 240 tomorrow and hopefully get the rock layout for the reef tank done. No video on Wednesday this week. And as people always ask me, what is the schedule like for the live streams here? My goal is to get 5 up a week. We have had... Let's see here. Hold on. I want to double check before somebody gets mad at me and say that I'm wrong. Uh, 24th, 23rd, 22nd, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 13. Okay. So we made about 10 days in a row. What is that? We made about 10 days in a row. My goal is to have 5 up a week. So sometimes we make 6, sometimes we make 7. During the weekdays, they will be right around 8 p.m. specific time till 9 p.m. specific time. About 1 hour long. It seems like enough of my time to donate to doing this, doing the YouTube's project, honestly. But realistically, I'd like to be doing longer ones of these and more interactive ones of these, so we'll see how that goes. And then on the weekends, so Saturday is the early stream, which will be sometime in the morning, and Sundays is sometime around 5:30 in the afternoon on Sundays. So we try to run through that. Boopity boop boop boop. Eddie was saying, I suggest a union to have room to open and clean easily. I do add unions to them, but I didn't want to get people a little too confused to just get the damn thing built. You know what I'm saying? Eddie with the super chat. Thanks, my man. It's your guys' contributions with the super chats and stuff that make me keep doing this. I mean, not only do I find it fun, but that also seems to be the best way to get rid of any kind of advertising and stomp out the advertising on here. I know a lot of you guys use ad block, but there are a lot of people out there that can't use ad block and that kind of stuff. So we're trying to eliminate all of the advertising off of this YouTube channel right here. So far, we've eliminated 2 of the types of advertising, which I think is pretty good. Dwayne Kitchell saying, one of the things that has always helped me do strange plumbing things with fish tanks is the fish hose sizes all fit inside of each other and make strange joints possible. Oh, I see what you mean. More often than not, you can just kind of jam these things together. And somebody's listening to the live stream in the living room right now. Hello? Surprises! Alright. Well, it seems that everybody's chatting has died down. I don't have too much to respond to here. Didn't really seem to have too many questions or anything. Except for Dwayne told me to stop eating snacks off screen. Big Pedro wants to buy a painting or something. Alright. Well, it looks like Eddie Kaitia is our only super chatter of the day. Thank you very much for your contribution, my man. We shall go through the history of Super Chats. I'm going out to dinner, you guys. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go eat some full-blown food. Super Chat. Contributors Joel Gillett, Dwayne Kitchell, Water Boxes, a.k.a. Patrick, Aquarium Co-op, Corey, who's the current reigning champion with a $100 super chat. Long Woo, Feel My Swag, Minnesota Aquariums, Tai Hang, Luis Q, and of course also Aquarium Co-op and Eddie Kaitia in a full-on competition. Eddie wants to show us something fast, so we're going to wait a minute here. We do have 2 minutes left in the live stream, so if anybody has anything that needs answering quickly. Dwayne says, no wonder the world is out to get you, not only eating snacks, but you going out to dinner without us. Well, I mean, I can't take everybody, but you're more than welcome to come. I'll be going to the Pho place in South Tacoma. They're open till 4 a.m., so if you start driving right now, you'll probably make it. It doesn't seem to really matter where you're coming from, but we'll probably only be there for about an hour or something like that. But yeah, everyone is welcome to come if you like, if you're in the area, and if you recognize, probably Victoria, you probably wouldn't recognize me, but if you recognize us, then you're welcome to come have some pho with us at the pho place. But considering there's only like, I don't know, 10 people in the chat, I really doubt anybody's going to even be from Tacoma, would be my guess. Another quiet Sunday live stream, you guys. Eddie's trying to catch up with the Aquarium Co-op Corey bit by bit by bit. And I think you will, my man. I think you will. I was supposed to meet up with Corey this last week, but he ended up bailing on me for something else that he had to do. So we'll see when that exchange happens at some point in time. Looking forward to running into that guy again. It's been a long time since I've seen him. So, but I want to say thanks to Eddie for definitely making this little live stream possible, and the new CO2 reactor. And everybody have a safe Sunday out there. I'm gonna go eat some food because I feel like I have heat stroke and I'm really hungry. And Dwayne Kitchell says, bye, internets. So I'll see you later, internets. Watch your ears. Later.